Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. I'm just laughing because I know Simon has already not spared my blushes on a bonehead mistake yesterday when having recorded a video on Puzzle by AQJHS, or tried to, where I failed to complete the puzzle. I really struggled badly with it, and after about an hour I then came across an impossibility and just gave up. I was thinking of turning that into a video that we might release. I once put one out on Christmas Day, which was a failed solve. And I thought it might interest either you guys or Patreon. And therefore I turned it into a video with the editing. And then I completely forgot what I was doing and actually loaded it up as the day's solve. That was not intentional. I mean, I don't know where my mind was or what I was thinking about. So that got replaced very quickly with a super video of a puzzle by a Spartacus for Vessel Strikestra, and it was a really good puzzle. So I'm very happy that that got aired. I'm sorry about the mistake for anybody. You know, you have to follow me very closely if you're going to see these treats as they emerge. And frankly, as I think it was Emily who commented, it is actually a very disappointing watch. Lots of people think they want to see a failed video, but the comments on that video I put out one Christmas Day, I mean, maybe I'll try and link to it again, were from people who were largely utterly disappointed and just felt really bad, as I did that day. I can't remember what the puzzle was or who it was by. I'm sure it was another glorious puzzle that I butchered. Simon has made up for it today by recording another puzzle by AQJHS, which is a great idea. I'm delighted he's done that, and it was a very interesting puzzle. Anyway, he also commented, because I've watched his video, he also commented that he'd be very interested to see how I did with Wordle. Now, if you follow my Wordle in a minute, and if you are only used to them as shorts, be aware that tomorrow's will not be a single-minute video, so it won't be a short, it'll be on the channel. And it'll be appearing as a sort of long-form video. There you go, there's information. I'm not telling you whether I passed or failed, you can find out tomorrow. Now, today is really, really interesting. We've had multiple people writing to us to tell us about Desert Bus for Hope. This is an internet fundraiser. It is apparently the longest charity marathon in history and has raised well over $3 million in its time, including very nearly $1 million this year, $800,000, and it's working for the Child's Play charity to bring hope to quite a lot of children who otherwise wouldn't have much, and it's an ongoing thing. Loads of people do all sorts of things for it, and Spaceman has created a puzzle called Desert Bus, and several people have written to us to suggest we try it. So I'm very happy to do that. And, oh, bother, I've left on my alerts. My apologies about that. You won't hear any more of those. Yeah, so I'm very happy to spend time looking at this. I was listening to the radio today and heard about Paddy McGuinness, a British comedian who is doing a 300 or 400 mile cycle ride through Wales, England and Scotland to raise money, and he's been getting overwhelmed with support. He's also actually raised 3 or 4 million, and today I heard him say the immortal words, "I've always believed, and it's been proved now, that there are more good people in the world than bad." And that is something we have attested every single day on Cracking the Cryptic. Just look at our comments, just engage with the people. I mean, the people we met in Stratford-on-Avon, the people that we deal with every day, the emails we get to the channel, it is unquestionable to me and Simon that there are more good people in the world than bad. And that rather runs against the course of the news one hears every day and the the things that make the news. I think the good things don't make the news. I will say that, and the bad things do. But what we see every day is good people, and that includes you, dear listener. So if you are so minded, do visit desertbus.org and contribute. We certainly would be happy if you did that, but it's entirely up to you. But thank you very much to Spaceman for creating a Sudoku very much in our wheelhouse. We've got 2 of our normal line constraints here, and I am really keen to give this a go. So I will just mention that the Line Sudoku reminds me of our Line Sudoku app and all of our apps, which now include Fog of War, which you now can refresh on Apple as well as on Android and Steam, and you can play all those Fog of War puzzles, and they are very, very popular. We are still looking for more puzzles for later in the app. So for those really good constructors out there, you know who you are. Do feel free to send us 1 or 2 more. That would be brilliant. We've had inquiries, and we're answering positively. And the puzzles already there are fantastic. So excellent stuff. Thank you so much to the contributors to that app. Thank you to anybody who's bought it as well. It is very good quality. And of course on Patreon you can watch Simon tackling Lake's Roggen puzzle, which is called something like Matty didn't call because he had the Roggen number. And there is a lot of Roggen stuff in that grid. It's hilarious, to be honest. If you have a Patreon subscription, you have the chance to watch it, do so. I say again that my crossword video will be out later in the week. I don't know when, but you've seen how incompetent I am at posting things. And then finally, I'm going to mention our merchandise and SVEN'S Sudoku Pad, which are great things to support as well. So support stuff. That's what I say. Support Paddy McGuinness, especially support Desert Bus for Hope. Support Child's Play generally, and have a go at this puzzle. Even do that. It's the first link under the video. And the rules are as follows. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 goes in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Along a German whisper, a green line, any 2 adjacent digits have a difference of at least 5. On a purple line, there is a set of consecutive digits with no repeats, and they can appear in any order. So that could be the numbers 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, for instance. And that's it. That's all the rules are. That's a very simple pair of rules to operate together. We've got a lovely DB and a picture of probably a Christmas tree at the end of a road. I mean, this is where the bus is going, I hope. And it's fabulous. Do have a go at the puzzle. I'm going to start now. I was told it was fairly approachable, but we shall see. So I'm going to tell you 3 things about German whisper lines. One of my favourite jobs with a green line puzzle is to tell you that 5 cannot appear on a German whisper line because it has no possible Sudoku neighbour. That therefore the digits alternate between higher than 5 and lower than 5 to maintain the difference, and that 4 and 6 are quite difficult to place on a line because they can only appear either where their 2 neighbours don't see each other or where they only have 1 neighbour, because their neighbours, they only have 1 possible neighbour each. Right, so we've got a 2 on this line, and we therefore know, oh, I must have got that wrong. I have got that wrong, that's okay. We therefore know which cells are low digits on the line because of the alternation rule that I just explained and then failed to understand as I was colouring. Right, so there's a 5 in one of those cells and a high orange digit. I'm using low for, blue for low. Now, this cannot be 3 because it has 3 neighbours there. So that's a 1, that's a 3-4 pair. One of those is a 4, knowledge bomb, so that's got to be touching a 9. The 2 then is allowed to touch 7 and 8, and this pair at the top is a 5-6 pair. The 1 can touch any high digits, but this digit is not any low digit. It sees a 1 and a 2 in its column. So that is 3 or 4. This now has to be 8 or 9, but it can't be 9, so that's 8. Now this can't be 4, and it's 3. There is a nice little start to our our desert bus problem. Now, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7 here, which have to be split into pairs. And that's great. This digit cannot be 4 or 5. It can't be 5 because that never appears on a green line. And it also can't be 4 because of a rule I just meant. Yeah, it is a rule that... Simon's just tweeted, so now you can tell when I'm doing this puzzle. 4 would have to have 9 in both neighbouring cells, so that's not possible. There we go. Go on silent in case there's replies to Simon's tweet. There we go. And I've got a 6, 7, 9 triple now. I've also, and maybe much more importantly, got a digit that is going to tell me about the alternation of high and low digits on this lower line. And I am thinking now that this puzzle is very approachable because we get to colour so much of it so quickly. This can't be a 6. That just has as many problems as 4. So that's a 7 surrounded by 1 and 2. This pair now don't have 7 in, and now it's 4 and 5 that fill the gaps in the box. These digits, they can't be 6 because, again, in each case they have 2 neighbours that see each other. So by the rule of neighbourly prurience, which I've just made up, they are 8 and 9. These are a 3 and a 4, but only the 4 can go next to 9, so that we know the order. Now, that was the 6, which has to go with the 7 down this centre of the road. Then I can fill in 5 and 4 because I've been given a generous given digit. Now, this is not 2 or 3. It cannot be 4 because its 2 neighbours see each other. And the curtain twitching involved there means it has to be a 1. Now, these must be at least 7. Because that is at least 2. And these are high, but I don't know which digit actually at all for the bottom one. Right, but we've got an 8 on this green line, so we can colour that as well. I'm literally going to. I mean, I know you expected it, but yes, you were right, it's happening. So it alternates between orange and blue, between low and high. This digit sees 4, 3 and 2. This is now 2 or 3. This on the green line from 2 or 3 is at least 7. This one has 2 neighbours that see each other, so that's also at least 7. And these 2 digits can't be 1. That one indeed can't be 2 because of the given digit. So this is now 9. That's 7 and must be surrounded by 1 and 2. We know the order. And we filled in a lot of that B green line straight away. So we've got a 1 on this Renban purple line. So it must be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line. And I'm going to make that cell blue. I mean, I'm probably not going to need the colouring much more, but... Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, here we go. This cannot be orange because it would have to be a 6. But it has 2 neighbours that see each other. That rule has come again and again into play on this puzzle. So that cell is blue instead. These are orange. The blues have to be 1, 2 or 3 because of neighbours that see each other. So that one is actually a 1 and that is 2 or 3. The neighbours of 2 or 3 are 7, 8 or 9. And this is a high digit that is not an 8. Now I'm glad I did mark this orange down in the corner. That is a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad. That's all 4 oranges in the row. And that makes that digit a 5. And these will both be blue. And that's now a 6. And I can colour that orange. 7 I can place in this box. And this is, well, I coloured that blue and that was a mistake because it's 3 or 5. Sorry about that. These contain 1 blue and 1 5. But they make a 2, 3, 5 triple. So this is a 4, 7 pair. Now, I haven't thought about this Renban line yet at all. It's got a 2 on it, so it doesn't have a 9 on it. I think it's 5 cells long. Yeah, that's right. It can't have a 9 on it as well. That's not doing anything for any pairs there. Ah, but there's a 4, 7 pair in the box. So that's now 6. This is 9. Might as well colour that. That sees that cell, and so does 6. So this has become a de facto 7. This one now sees 6 in the box and 7 in the box, 6 in the column. And that makes an 8-9 pair, which turns this into 7. Now, we've already got 1 7 on this purple line, so that's a 4. We must have a 5 in these cells, which is in one of those two. It might be that I should know which one, but I can't quite see that. This pair are from 2, 3, 4. 7 must be next to 2 on the green line. And these, we've got to have a 3 as well as the 5. So in fact, that's a 3-5 pair. And then we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the line. This top cell is 1 or 8, but it's seeing a 1, and it must be 8. And that's pretty much all the clues used up, I think. 3, 4 pair makes that a 5. I think we're now doing Sudoku with the rest of the puzzle, although bearing in mind the green line down here, perhaps. 1 in column 3, that's a 2, 6 pair. Oh, now I've got 2 little green lines at the bottom, so still those to be sorted out. That's become a 9, that's a 9. This is a 4, 6 pair. I do know the order because of that 3, 4 pair that I mentioned a moment ago. That can't be 3 or 4, so that's 5 now. And that fixes its Renban entirely. We get a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light. Helping out the charity. 1, 2, 3 are a triple down there. Now, I haven't been keeping up the colouring. I will do it for the sake of completeness, not because I think it's actually aiding the solve anymore, if I'm honest. But there we go. Those are all blue. Naughty 5 doesn't get a colour. 5 falls in between blue and orange. 9, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. These are from 6, 7, 8, and they're orange. Blue is for 4. Now we need a 4 in row 7. That's become an 8 by Sudoku. This hasn't told me what's on the line. 4, 9, 7, 6, 8, 5. These are from 1, 2, 3. I don't know their order, but I do know their colour. 2, 6 pair there. That's become an 8. This is a 3. That fixes the last whisper digit. Those can't have an 8 on. Now, this is high, so that's low. And it's 1 or 2. And that's forming a pair, which gets me 3 and 4. That's going to unlock a bit of Sudoku in, well, all sorts of places, it turns out. I mean, this could rock on and finish all the low digits in the puzzle very quickly, actually. I think they may all be done now. This is 6 or 7, but by the green line rule, we know which one it is. 8 and 9 to place here. Okay, back to the colour scheme. Are those the remaining oranges? I mean, there's some cells in the middle that could have a 5 in that I haven't managed to colour yet. But we've just got to unwind columns 4 and 6 now. 5 there, 4 there. That does 5 and 6 at the top. And that tells me about my last 2 colourable cells. 6 looks down here. That's a 9, that's a 6. 9 and 8. That really is approachable. That's a nice puzzle. It's a good tutorial for German Whisper and indeed Renban, I think. And there we go. Now, I think the colouring has harmed the picture in the puzzle, which was very nice. So I'm going to remove it. And there we go. We can go back to looking at the picture of the road ahead towards the tree and the DB for Desert Bus. Thank you so much to Spaceman for creating that, very much in our genre. Thank you to everybody who recommended it to us. You're absolutely right. It's the sort of thing that we ought to be doing on the channel. And I'm not displeased to have done a slightly easier puzzle today after yesterday's longueurs. And thank you very much for watching. We will be back with more Sudoku tomorrow. Bye for now.